I said, how you doing today? How you doing today? Y'all already know it is your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And today I got a very special guest with me. He's more than just a business owner. He's a visionary. He's a community builder. A man on a mission. What started as a dream in 2020 has grown into like one of St. Louis' most recognized gourmet popcorn brands. He's created jobs, he's supporting local organizations, and spreading what he calls popcorn love all across the city. Y'all already know. So I even witnessed this, man. I went in and got some of that great popcorn. So y'all already know. But he got a big coming on, and we finna get into it. So without further ado, I want to welcome to the platform the wonderful, amazing, talented Tony Davis. Welcome to the platform, brother.
Was that, man? The intro amazing.
Look, I'm
Turn me up.
trying to give a great intro. So look,
Yes, sir.
to your event, let me take it back to the beginning. Like, what inspired you to start this popcorn like brand back in 2020? And did you ever imagine that it would grow into what it is today?
Man, never imagine. Never imagine I'll even be doing popcorn at all. So it actually started, man. So I'm always been a serial entrepreneur, brand executioner. That's me through and through. And I was after I stopped doing music, I was working with youth, and I started a nonprofit. It was called Made Moguls, and it really was about teaching young people that come from where I come from, the spirit of entrepreneurship, right? Just teaching them, how to tap into things they love to do, how to, really nurture that entrepreneurial spirit. And I was working with a group of youth, and we were thinking about a fundraiser. And I was like, well, we're not just going to do a fundraiser. We have to do something that's like a business. It's about entrepreneurship. And so I was just thinking of like, okay, well, what could we have if Girl Scouts got cookies? I was like, popcorn. Everybody love popcorn. It's an easy sell. Let's do popcorn. So we created a brand around the program, which was Made Moguls, and the brand was called Mogul Munch. And we had a co-packer out of Dallas. We pretty much just popped up at vendor events. Wherever we could sell popcorn, that is where we sold that popcorn. And we did that for a summer with the youth. They went on to do great things. I was like, man, this popcorn really inspired me, the way people were gravitating to the flavors. We had a couple different flavors people really liked. I was like, man, I kind of think I want to do a little store. But I was really just thinking like maybe something small scale, something we can do. And I knew we was going to grow beyond the Mogul Munch because it was no longer going to be about a fundraiser. And so, man, we stumbled around, came up with the name, and man, it just kept rolling from there. Like once we came up with the Pop-A Parade, I just started to see the vision of it, and I, came up with the panda. Before we knew it, man, and 2020 rolled around, we were opening our first location in Ferguson.
Nice. So look, the Pop-A-THON feels bigger than just an event, so it feels like a movement. So what does this movement personally mean to you as a business owner and a man from the community?
Yeah, so man, as a business owner, a small business owner, like you said, we started in 2020. It's been a long 6-year journey. We've opened multiple locations. We got into stadiums, Bush Stadium, Mizzou Tigers, hospitals, a lot of things. But as you grow, there are growing pains. Like, so as a small business, the economy is being tough right now. Our brick and mortar stores sales have been down for a while. So we really, we didn't want to just abruptly, lay people off, which a lot of people are having to do right now. Unfortunately, we didn't want to close the store, which, like I said, a lot of people have to do when you dealing with the economy. So what we wanted to do was, man, we wanted to really put it out to the community and say, hey, look, if you ever supported us, we need you to support us now, right? And just put it onto the community to rally around us like they always do, to say, hey, look, we don't want to lay people off. We don't want to close locations. We really just want to, put it to the community and do it that way. And so far, man, the response has been great. And we really just want to letting everybody know, like, this is bigger than just a sale or just something to hype up the popcorn. This is really like a pivotal moment for Pop-A-Parade, and how we're going to continue to grow, or what we would have to pivot. Because just being transparent, we moved a location from St. Charles to the Foundry. And when we did that, man, so many people all around St. Charles, St. Peter's, they were emailing us, calling us. They were like so distraught, like, oh no, why did you guys move the location? And I was like, man, we kind of had to, because that location was like 3,000 square feet. It was like too much, but we did not include the number one, which is our customers. We didn't give them a say in it to see, before we made that decision, even though ultimately it's our decision, but we didn't give them a chance to kind of rally and see if that location could have stayed longer. So that's what we wanted to do this time around. So the Pop-A-THON is really just that. It's like, it's an event. It's a call to action. It's a rally for Pop-A-Parade. And it's really like, we're going to do it at every location throughout the weekend. So Friday, we're going to start at the City Foundry location. Saturday, we're going to be at the downtown location. And then Sunday, we will end it off at the original Ferguson location. And it's just a call, man, to everybody, bring your family, bring your friends, somebody who you've been telling to try the popcorn, or just yourself. The thing about rallying a community as a whole is that every little bit helps. When you bring people together, you don't need one person to buy $1,000 worth of popcorn. You just come buy your bag, he buy his bag, and collectively, we make an impact. So that's what the Pop-A-THON is all about, making a collective impact.
So yeah, look, that's why I want to ask you too, because this event isn't about charity. It's about support. So can you break down how, like you said, buying something as simple as buying one bag of popcorn actually helps sustain your business?
Man, so I think a lot of people assume, like, once a business is open, you get a lot of support on like your grand opening. Like, people like, hey, congratulations. But I think what we forget is that business has to sustain, right? So once the ribbon is cut, and once, the cameras, the balloons are gone, like, you have to sustain, right? So coming back and patronizing that business is really the most important thing. And I know, when, economy is tough, people trying to buy groceries, ice cream and popcorn may not be at the top of your list. But so we just wanted to kind of remind people, like, hey, we're here. And if we want to stay here, we need you guys to come and support us. And like I said, sometimes it might just be a $3 frozen slushie, right? But those little small purchases and coming by and keeping us top of mind, that's what keep businesses in business. I mean, they say the statistics is like overwhelming about how many businesses make it past 1 year, let alone 5 years, right? Because once you have it, it's a good idea, but it's hard to sustain. So I think a lot of people, if you're going about your day to day, you may not think about it like that. So we just wanted to remind our customers, man, that, hey, we're here. We need your support. Give us support, because that could be the difference between a location opening and closing, and people, losing jobs.
Okay. So let me say this, I know Pop Parade has like strong ties to schools. hospitals and nonprofits. So, why was it important for you to build a business that gives back instead of just profits?
Yeah, so like I said, it was kind of birthed in the spirit of giving back. We're working with youth and community, so it kind of came from that, and so we were kind of almost like built into it. We opened our first store, and speaking of community, our Ferguson location was a abandoned Quiznos that was vandalized after the Mike Brown George Floyd riots, right? So we kind of came into business already tied into the community, embarked in the community. And like I said, even before we opened the store, the Mogul Munch was built around community and nonprofit and giving. So it's already was kind of baked into the mission. And then once we opened, that just kind of always kind of been our thing, was to not only serve the community, but be a part of the community that we serve. So that's going to always be, underlying for Pop-A-Ray for sure.
Okay. Look, you're calling this like the next chapter. So, what does the future look like when this Pop-A-thon is successful?
Man, so when it's successful, man, we're gonna continue growing. So we're just opening a downtown location, and that location is going to be a fulfillment center as well, because we're branching off into prepackaged grocery, airports, which is going to take Pop-A-Ray regional, and then we're going to expand from that to hopefully go national. So really, this is just the beginning. We still have exciting things ahead. But I know sometimes I just wanted to make sure we don't leave the stores behind, right? So we're happy to be into grocery and going to airports, but we don't want to lose our brick and mortar stores. So that's what this is all about. Like, bright futures ahead, big things definitely popping, but we got to also make sure that we bring those stores along with it.
Okay. So, look, let's talk about legacy. So, when
Yeah,
people hear the name Pop Pop Parade years from now, what do you want it to represent?
the brand that
Mhm.
changed popcorn forever. Yeah, I think we're going to do for popcorn what Baskin Robbins and Cold Stone did for ice cream. When you say popcorn was like this before, and then Pop-A-Ray came, and then popcorn never been the same after that. Like
Oh,
that's the plan.
I like that. Okay. So, look, let me ask you this. For young entrepreneurs watching this, especially from St. Louis, what's the realest advice you can give them about starting and sustaining business?
Man, the realest advice about starting is to just start, right? You can never get all the information about, what's going to work, the best business plan, the perfect ROI to start and to go all in, right? I know conventional wisdom is to, have your job on the side, have this on the side. Definitely protect yourself financially and be responsible, but when you make a decision to go in a direction, go in that direction 100%. I think that's been the difference between me and other people in times, is that when I decided to do nonprofit work, I went 100% that direction. When I decided to go into popcorn and I was going to build a popcorn brand, I went 100% both feet in. I became Mr. Popcorn, right? Nothing else mattered, because at this moment, this is where I'm locked in at. And I think that's what separates success from failure, right? If I'm just dabbling, because it gets hard. There's
Yeah.
been plenty of nights, man. And then if you just dabbling, or if you got plan B and C already waiting on you, it's too easy to say, I'm just going to pack this up. I'm tired of popcorn. I'm about to go do real estate or something like that. Then you end up just bouncing around. So yeah, so if you're going to do it, jump into it. You're going to bump your head, learn from it, but just be 100% committed in it. And then, it'll work itself out. You might end up doing something else, but what you learn from that business, you could translate to the next thing. So it all paying itself out.
All right. And finally, last question. If you could lead a community with one message going into this Pop-A-thon weekend, what would it be?
We need your support. We need your support. I know a lot of times in our community, I think we take it for granted, or you think a business is successful, or you see them growing, you feel like, oh, okay, they're good. We ain't worried about them as much. You wait till a business is about to close down or something like that. But we need your support, and we appreciate your support for sure. So going into this Pop-A-thon weekend, I want everybody to come out. If you can't come to all 3 days, do that. If not, definitely pick a day to come out, bring a friend, spread the word, share the flyer, and really show community, how we can show up for each other. And hopefully, like I said, if there's another business out there that need to do the same type of thing, hopefully we can do that. And we continue to kind of rally around each other, because like it's tough economic times for everybody, man. Whether you work in a job, own a business, it's tough times. So we have to accept that, be realistic about that, and rally around each other during these times and say, okay, it's Pop-A Parade this weekend. It may be something else, that we doing for someone else next weekend, and I can come purchase something from your establishment or something like that. And that's how, community businesses really grow and really sustain. So that's definitely what I want y'all to know.
All right, all right. It's going down this weekend one more time. Let them know the days and which locations is going at the time.
Yes, sir. The official Pop-A Parade POP-A-THON is going down all weekend. We starting on Friday at our City Foundry location, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. all day long. Saturday, same time at our downtown location, and then Sunday at our Ferguson location, 11 to 7 each day. So you don't got to guess about the time. And like I said, come to each one. Each location will have a special flavor. So we're going to have a limited edition flavor at each location, something that's not normally out, something that you haven't tried before. And the places where we sell ice cream, we'll have a special flavor ice cream as well. So a special popcorn and a special ice cream, just, add a little cherry on top. So it's a reason to come out and check it out.
All right, all right, all right. Mr. Tony, you look, I'm going to try to come out to one and eat some of that.
Yes, sir.
All right, listen, man. Make sure y'all come out there for the community. All right, Mr. Tony, I'm going to let you know when I drop this article and everything. You have a good day.
All right, man. You do the same. Yes, sir.
All right, talk to you later.
All right.
Do that.